Hey guys, Vasy back here, and in today's video we have our first official trade of the trade deadline, and that being that Evgeny Kuznetsov is now a member of the Carolina Hurricanes. Again, make sure you are tuning into the channel today. There is going to be a lot of videos coming out, I'm sure, as the trades come in, probably closer to the actual deadline itself. It's normally how this thing works on this type of day. But with that being said, let's jump into NHL 24 and take a look at Kuznetsov going to the Carolina Hurricanes. So the trade goes as follows. The Carolina Hurricanes have sent out a 2025 third round pick in exchange for Evgeny Kuznetsov at 50% salary retention. So for the purpose of this trade, I already did that just so that there's a chance it might go through. Again, Kuznetsov is a guy who has really been up and down throughout his career. There was a point where it looked like he was going to be a real superstar and just be an absolute dynamic duo with Ovechkin, and there was a lot of good years where that really was the case. Unfortunately, of recent times, he has definitely fallen off quite a bit. Again, he just went through waivers about a week ago now. He's a guy that offensively he's still pretty solid, but defensively he has absolutely fallen off a cliff. You definitely can't rely on him at all, unfortunately, in those defensive situations. But I do still think there is some value there for Carolina, especially at 50% retention. $3.9 million for this type of player isn't horrible, especially for only one more year after this. So when sending this offer from Carolina to Washington, they do reject this trade. So I'm going to go force it through like we normally do here, and we will take a look at the lines for both of the teams. So first off here, looking at the Carolina Hurricanes after this trade, I currently have Kuznetsov slotting in on that third line. I think it's a guy that you could definitely slot up and down the lineup with Kotkaniemi, depending on how he's playing. But I think it's a good spot just to get him started with. Playing with a guy like Jarvis and even probably Mason there could be a good third line for the Hurricanes. And again, just like we said yesterday, absolutely just insane defense there on Carolina. And in net, you have Anderson returning with Kochetkov. No change there. And then going over to Washington here, again, there won't be really any change regarding this roster because I already had Kuznetsov playing in the AHL with Hershey. Again, you're going to see that it is a little bit thinner. Some guys still might be moved, like a Jensen. I don't know. We'll have to see later on throughout the day. And then in net, you have Kemper and Lindgren. And then just like normal, in closing, giving my thoughts on this deal. I really do like this trade from the Carolina side of things. Again, it's a pretty smart gamble, I think, here for Don Waddell. Obviously, yesterday he added Jake Gensel. Now you're adding Evgeny Kuznetsov. These are two guys that are absolutely elite offensively. When it comes to the defensive side of things, again, it's not ideal, but who knows, maybe they're just trying to outscore their problems, and these two guys will definitely help out with that. And then from the Washington side of things, again, there's really not too much you could do here. Kuznetsov has asked for a trade on multiple occasions over multiple years now, and I think at this point it's just probably best to give him that fresh start. Who knows, maybe he can really rejuvenate his career, and to get a third round pick for it, it's not horrible. You're only retaining one more year after this year, when you're really not looking to be a true contender, so I think it's a good move from Washington as well. It was finally time to cut that cord with the player and the team, and the return's not horrible on him as well. But with that being said, that is our look at the first trade of the day here in NHL 24. Again, as the day continues, as we get closer to the deadline, I'm sure more moves will be happening, and I'll be here to make videos on them. Might have to be selective if a bunch of trades all come in at once, but I will do my best. But until then, I will see you all in the next video.